Welcome to the special video of the GammaCon 2022 Pop Culture Convention. I believe it's our 5th year going, and as the old media, we've been doing this over the last many years, since 2016, and it was on the weekend. We went on day 1. We didn't go on day 2, and we'll sort of go into some of the reasons why. And it is a much shorter video presentation because generally it felt like the convention was much smaller, and unfortunately for the video game section, there really wasn't much there to offer. But we did take some photos and a little bit of video, and we can show them off to you right now.
Well, of course. This is auto. That angry, that's an achievement as well. You want to see Sure.
Is some of the images and photos that we took of during GammaCon, and some of them are pretty well done. We had the professional camera, Panasonic Lumax, if I remember right. And there was a lot of interesting stuff in terms of old video game consoles, but there was some very cool Lego there as well, and of course the DeLorean, as you've seen, probably in previous GammaCon videos, some of the famous Back to the Future trilogy stuff there, and flux capacitor. There's the old Ghostbuster setup there, which is excellent, and a bit more there as well. Some of the old gaming consoles, my favourite game ever. It's Pokemon Yellow with the Super Game Boy, Super Nintendo. There's the gold N64 with Ocarina of Time, and the gold N64 controller. There's some of the others. Another console of the N64. There's the original Mega Drive with the mini Mega Drive that has come out in recent years. We have the original Master System 2. I'm not too sure what this one is. And there's the GameCube. And some of the scenes of what was it like at GammaCon. Pretty busy. Nice setup, I would say. I would say that the stage was quite nice. Some of the local talent, the interstate talent. There's the NES with DuckTales. And one scene is just some of the artist stuff and some of the cosplayers out and about. And we've seen these before on GammaCon, and they're very nice indeed. And there you go. Very, very cool. So, this is a rather short GammaCon. It's definitely not a movie. It's definitely not even a short film, but it's just a short video in general. And I think the reason why is that we've been doing this. This is our 5th year of doing GammaCon. And there just wasn't any video game content to cover. It was sort of like a carbon copy of 2019. And I think it's because, COVID has affected GammaCon. They weren't able to run for a couple years. So this event felt like a bit of a mini GammaCon in terms of the venue. It was at the National Convention Center. So it felt a bit small and cramped. There was a lot of people around when I was there for the few hours on the first day. And it kind of reminded me of the Lego Brick Expo that I did in 2018, where there were so many people there, you couldn't move around very well, and it was not very enjoyable. It's very hard to film in those conditions where there's a lot of noise and chatter and stuff like that. Even when they were showing off things on the main stage, all the seats were filled up and there was just a huge huddle to the side of the chairs and the stage of people trying to watch. There just wasn't enough space. So in some ways it looked a bit empty, in some ways it was really packed out. The main room with the DeLorean. Maybe I should actually show you. There we go, folks. So you had your Expedition Hall, your Artist Alley. So there were your main places. This was the video game section here. So it's pretty small. So once you take away black box gaming, which is playing video games that you already own at home, you have your retros here and you have your game stage for some of the tournaments like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart and whatever else they had there. So, and you have some of the indie game dev showcase. And I'll be honest, there was nothing there that I was interested in. If it's going to come to the Switch, any of those games, it's probably going to be in a few years' time. So none of them were very good, to be honest. I glanced over, not much interest. But you had others like board games and card games and stuff like that. But the main, it just seemed most of it was just dedicated to selling you something, right? So that was what I was disappointed about. Like, there wasn't really any video game content. It just felt like a bad reheated microwave meal from 2019. Because I've already seen those retro consoles. I already know black box gaming. And we've, it's the same, video game competitions, and I've filmed it 4 or 5 times over before, and I've already filmed some cosplay stuff and lots of stuff over the years, but it just felt like it was, you know, redoing the same film, the same, you know, special video for GammaCon. And I can understand COVID, you know, has impacted them, and that's made life hard for the folks at GammaCon. But at the same time, you know, people are paying to go to this convention, and people ask me, you know, is it worth going as a gamer? If you're just purely going as a video gamer, I would not go. It's just a waste of time and your money. If you're going there because you like your anime and you like cosplaying yourself and you want to buy a few things there, maybe get some bargains. I don't know if there really truly are bargains at conventions. You never know. There might be. Yeah, I think you should probably go if you like cosplays and contests and fun stuff like that. And there was a few interesting panels and special guests, but even some of the special guests were ones that we've seen from years ago. So it felt like it was a bit of a repeat of a few years ago. So I can understand with COVID and all that sort of stuff, but personally, this is probably the worst GammaCon that I've been to. Personally, probably because I've seen everything before for the 4th or 5th time, and maybe I'm a bit tired of it. And I would probably like to see something new there. I don't know what. I don't know how they can shake it up. But I would like them to move back to Epic, because I felt like that venue was a bit too small to move around in. And for them to, I don't know, come up with some different ideas to make it a bit, you know, interesting. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on GammaCon 2022. Some interesting things here and there. And I'm sure that if you're into all those different things that you'll probably find value. But for me personally, I didn't enjoy my time at all, which is a shame. But hopefully things are better next year. If I go or not, I'm not too sure, to be honest. And hopefully they can shake things up and make GammaCon a little more interesting than what it is now, which feels a bit stale when it comes to the video game aspect. So that's it for our little presentation on GammaCon convention this year, and I'll see you next time.